Hey, everybody, and happy Wednesday, happy New Year. It is the afternoon. We started working on this UI in the morning, and we're going to just pick up where we left off. I also, based on the suggestion of Stilling, I disabled pre-roll ads on this channel, which has been an option, I think, for years, and I just never did it because I didn't want to run more ads. And the way that you disable pre-roll ads is by running at least 3 minutes per hour. So there's now some ad manager thing on Twitch. So I just enabled that and set it to 3 minutes, and it's going to figure out how to schedule ads. So that I don't know how this works exactly, but it's apparently going to type in chat when there's about to be an ad break. And I don't know, is it 3 minutes long? Is it split up? I'm not sure. Figured out the build cost issue. Script generator fails because you override it with no setter. You'd have to make the signpost setter on build cost public, sadly, and in the overridden build cost, you should just add just set. You should comment on that issue in Godot. Where is it? Virtual property override property C#. Yeah, because that way you can include the details and they can know about this stuff too. Yeah, here it is. It is weird that it has to have a public setter, but yeah. Yeah, the way I look at it is a lot of game engines up until pretty recently were paid game engines, and when you paid for it, you expected a certain level of service. Now that they're free, I feel like at least I want to give back to some extent. And right now, what that means is just like filing good bugs, I think. So you certainly don't have to do it. I think that would be helpful to do. And don't worry if you don't feel comfortable with it. Not 100% sure this is actually what happens. I can't really explain this the proper way. Yeah, but it still might be interesting information to have in the bug. You could always even say that, like, hey, I'm not sure what's going on, but this does seem to build when I make it public. Hey, Teddy Bear, Happy New Year. Wondering if I should quit my tech fang job and take a break. Any advice? Well, what would make you want to quit? So pros and cons. And a con would be no income for that time, presumably. But what are the pros? I think analyze what's that. Like, are you burnt out? Are you struggling somehow? What, do you think you could get better career or compensation somewhere else? Like, what are, sorry, these aren't necessarily pros. That I guess they'd be pros of stopping. And I'm assuming you've seen very burnt out, yeah. And I'm assuming you've seen the video I did on my own experience. And if not, that's a good suggestion. Yeah, very burnt out. So I think there are a couple things here. Taking a break, like at least 2 weeks. Why is this not working? 2 weeks of vacation, or setting better work-life boundaries, or finding a different team or job. I think these are all solutions that can tend to work for people. This is the easiest one for sure, which is take a break. And since it was just holiday time, at least in the US, possibly you already got an idea what it was like to take a break and still feel burned out. So then I'd say maybe try one of these other ones first if you kind of like your job at least. For some people, if you're working after work hours, it can feel like work is never away from you. And I think that's really, really tough. It's like a slow grind. So is that you? Are you always on your phone checking your like work email or responding to people or something? Or do you take on weekend projects? Because if so, maybe just scale those back. And maybe it's the team you don't like. Maybe it's the work. Maybe it's the industry. Maybe it could be anything really, right? So it's like change some variables and see how it pans out. Or if you are just feeling so burnt out and you feel like you've got enough of a runway, it's certainly possible for you to just quit and try to find a job later. I don't think the job market is great right now. And you might think, okay, well, I've got Fang on my resume. Apparently, we just found out on Friday, some of these hiring managers are getting flooded with applications thanks to AI. So they'll list a job posting and get like 4,000 people. And actually, even when Attic Bind was saying the other day, let me see, what number did he use? Because he said, yeah, this. When we put out a job posting for an artist for our game, we got 700 plus applicants in a week. Like, that's crazy. Crazy. And to be clear, if Blizzard puts out a job posting for an artist, they're probably getting 700 plus, and that's nothing to bat an eyelash at. When, you know, an average person on the internet posts something, and get 700 applicants, that's very, very difficult to sift through. So those are other considerations I would make. But yeah, definitely analyze and be very honest. I think it was Mel who had said something like, take a fearless inventory. I don't think she came up with this concept, but still, I think it's like when you're analyzing this, don't be afraid to be honest about this stuff. I hate my job because X. I love my job because Y. I don't want to work with those people, something like that. Whatever it is, figure out why you feel that way, because otherwise, it might just happen again in a year. You switch to a different job and you feel just as bad. Ah, the good doctor. Do you have any suggestions for Twitch moderators? Yes, Windy, Beard, and Games. There are 3 for you. I think they'd all make great mods. Okay, so we have some quick things I wanted to clean up here. I think I'm going to check this in before I do that cleanup because we already have quite a lot here. Yeah, this too. I want to change that. Actually, available building details doesn't really need to exist. It could just be a signpost, and we pull everything from the signpost. Yeah, fine. Y check-in code is just going to get deleted, right? We'll just make it be signpost list. And maybe instead of get available buildings, it's like get available building signpost. What just happened? Huh. I think pressing down just changed that. Get available building sign. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Hang on a second. I disabled. Give me a second. Engage privacy mode. I disabled streamer mode. And it was only upon hearing a Discord ping that I realized I disabled it. All right. There we go. All right. Disengage privacy mode. Done. Oh, whoop. That was just a joke. But the word disengage contains engage. So it re-engaged it. Was not thinking. Oh man, it still didn't even change this, did it? Ugh. There. So we'll just call this signpost. Blah, blah, blah. Just add the thing. So we don't need all of this anymore. So there's that. Now, where does this get called from? Because that's going to be totally broken. Here. This is also wrong. This is just a list of signposts now. And then what listens to this? Because that's going to be broken. Available buildings change signpost. To be available buildings signpost. And this is what we used to have. Set available buildings can't be renamed. What? Huh, strange. I sense in the future that this is going to have to change again, but whatever. Hey, Flip Flip. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. I'm excited. I think 2025 is going to be very interesting because the last time I launched a game was, what, 2019 or something? Anyway, it was a long time ago. But also, the lead up to that was a longer time. So if we can launch this game and it's got even like moderate success, then it'll show that I could at least make a game in a shorter amount of time and still have some success at it. I mean, clearly I'm hoping for success. I think that'd be great. Comment on the issue anyway. Yeah, thank you. I'll take a quick look. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Good job, Dark. Good job. Now you're open sourcing. All right, so this is going to be signposts, I guess. This will be a signpost. This will be signposts. And now we don't need this stuff. Do I still have this on my clipboard? Good, I do. Yeah, so it was this. And then get build cost. And then the rest of this stuff should be fine. Change, yeah, cool. Okay, does this still build? You know, something I've been thinking about lately, I watch some other streamers on Twitch, and I think a few things, but without rambling about this, think you can easily romanticize what other people are doing. And I think the most common example we probably all have experienced is if you're watching a TV show or a movie and they play some, I don't know, sentimental music with just like normal everyday stuff going on, it feels more impactful. And if you did the same thing with your own life, I don't think it would feel as impactful. But anyway, as mentioned, it's easier to romanticize other people's lives. So I look at the streamer life from the outside and I always think, man, that's cool. But then I live the streamer life. And it's not that I don't think it's cool, it's that I don't think it's as cool as it looks when other people are doing it. I like the ideas behind it. I like the idea of sharing what you're doing and still having people and supporters and I've always toyed around with this idea of how do you romanticize your own life. I think we all just need a soundtrack playing in the background. Your waiting room will return. Man, if I were Wendy, I'd be like, I can't wait to ditch you all, chat. Even he resubbed and said something like happy waiting room or something. I don't remember. Hey, Everett. Hey, Wendy's right there. Here he is. Look. Oh man. I mean, Wendy has embraced it. I still think I think it's fine when people are in on the joke. It's okay. And it sounds like everyone's in on the joke. I think it's not fine when other people start like hopping on and realizing or maybe coming to the wrong conclusions, that sort of thing. Whereas filling in gaps of the unknown with your own biases, hard to have those biases in your own life. Yeah, it does. And yet I'm not even sure there's conscious thought that goes into it. It's like I said, when you watch a mundane scene in a movie, I don't know, maybe people are like cleaning up and there's some montage music playing and they're whatever, they're cleaning their house. I'm not even sure it's any assumptions or biases you're making. It's just it's like you're seeing things get done and it feels good and you're seeing it get done faster than you wanted to. Choose the Darth Vader soundtrack as room entry track. That's what kind of message are you giving off with that? Why not a hero's theme? Indiana Jones. I do know that Wendy's not easily offended. He said so many, many times. And try as I might, I've not been able to offend him. But one of these days, no, I would never want to get on Wendy's bad side. Wendy strikes me as the kind of person where if you did somehow offend him, your life would be obliterated. He would end you. Who knows if that's true? I don't want to find out. I just want to sit here eating my keep dust. All right, let's close all these tabs and try running the game. There we go. Is it working? No, this is, oh wait, it did work, but it shouldn't be named this. Oh no, it's got the word signpost in the name. Okay, never mind, we're fine. Okay, yeah. All right, so can we just build all this stuff and see what happens? That gets removed. Ooh, that did not look correct. Let me rerun this. Excuse me, I don't think the buildings tab was... Oh, it was showing. It's the town perks showed up. I thought buildings got added on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, now make the potion shop. And this one too. And it works. Okay, let's try that again really fast. Let's just make sure that this is working even from here. So if I click upgrade and upgrade again, yeah, it works. Okay, now we need to hide that dialogue right off the bat. Is this failing again? Yes, it is. That's why we reload. So ready in here, I think we just hide it over on this screen. Town, hide, there. Okay, now we can probably check in. Let's get to it. I don't know why I was scrolled halfway through, but we scrolled up to the top and now we can look through this stuff. These were the scene changes. I'm never too critical of these because if it all looks good, then it's probably good. I mean, sure, you could mess up a tooltip and maybe you didn't check that, but someone will find it and it's not the end of the world if someone finds a broken tooltip. All right, looks good. Close button actually works. This should not be checked in. This should not be checked in. This is fine. Do we actually use this? Free children. Yes. Cool. Yep. 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 Yes. But this was a little bit strange. So I'm not going to fix it. It's just that we use the word spell crystal here, and you might not know that's part of the enchanter, but then you would just click it and find out anyway. So that's why I'm not super concerned about it. Because even if we say it's the enchanter spell crystal, it still doesn't really tell you what it does. It's not until you click it you'll find out. And since clicking is all you need to do, and it's a button, I think that's clear enough. This stuff is all looking good. I technically didn't test with a weapon shop, but I don't see why there'd be a problem with that. Nothing else is specific on it. So, yep, cool, sounds good. If it is invoked when an upgradable building is built or when, yep, sounds good too. Good, good. God, it's so stupid that I have to do that. All right, yep, yep. There's no way to make code reviews fun, by the way. I have to spend all of my mental energy looking through this and making sure it's good, and I just can't narrate everything that I'm doing. I've always felt this way, especially when I'm reviewing other people's code. But it is a necessary part of writing code, is reviewing it. So far, we're good. This is looking bad. What is wrong here? This too. But that's going to get fixed when I merge in main, I think. So we should probably rebase and make sure that this doesn't have a problem. Rebase and make sure this doesn't have an issue. Otherwise, I'd say we're looking good there. This shouldn't exist at all. Available building details. Delete. Oh my God, that's not the right thing. Oh, that's some adrenaline going through my system right now. Let's delete the correct file. Now, VS Code does have a history of that stuff, but I did delete a file that wasn't saved in the history the other day, and that was quite a shame. Because I haven't checked this in yet, so if it, for whatever reason, didn't make it in the history, I would have had to rewrite that code. Now, granted, I do have a record of this in the form of the VOD, so worst case scenario, I could just skim through that. Yeah. Look at them as a treasure hunt. I like code reviews. Don't get me wrong. I just can't stream them all that well. I feel like I can stream the coding process fine, but code reviews just take enough thought where I can't also narrate it and make it entertaining. Maybe if I were, well, yeah, you just have to like stop, understand something, and then talk about what you understood. Yeah, this is looking fine. Get available building signposts. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. All right, we'll try running it one more time. I'll review it for you. Okay, Wendy, let me pass it over to you. All right. Can you spot the 10 bugs in this code? This is like in the office. Corporate sent these two pictures and wants you to find the differences. Yeah, it's working. This is good. It toggles correctly. We can hit close correctly. It's still weird that it says available buildings. It should maybe just be called purchases. Needs one of these, a semicolon. Dot with a long dot underneath. You were correct. Okay, yep. So it needs a semicolon. So here's what it should look like is print semicolon hello world. Can you spot the other 9 problems? I can't keep a straight face. And there was something else I was just thinking that was actually more important than hello world. Oh God, what did I say? Oh yeah, purchases. What if we renamed it to purchase? Being the... It's not really correct. The main button in the menu. It's still not clear enough to disambiguate it from town perks. Those are also purchases. Watch your Google YouTube vid. Helpful and similar to how I feel right now. I'm also at a 4-year cliff. Yeah, the 4-year cliff is basically like handing you a key to your golden handcuffs. I think for me though, it wasn't that I was at a cliff. And also I wouldn't have had a cliff ideally because of how they vested the stock for me. But yeah, I look at this last year of what I did and the impact that I had and how fulfilling it was and everything. And I was much, much happier than I ever was at a corporation. And I imagine a lot of people would be. I think it would take a specific personality type to not like this situation. It's not a personality type thing of whether you can afford it or not. Imagine if you could afford it. Like most people would probably want to do their own thing. But I think the people who wouldn't are ones who really do want the structure or don't want to cover business things or coming up with ideas or making a ton of decisions. There is a lot of that going on too. But yeah, in the end, I feel like I'm much happier here. Anyway, Wendy, I'll spoil it for you. The rest was just another 9 semicolons. You had to put 3 here and then hello world. And you just throw any extra ones right at the end. That's how you know you're a good coder. The good ones have like 10, 12 semicolons at the end of every line. Adds a lot of weight to that one line. The bad ones, it's 0, 1 if they're lucky. All right, should have a function that can only show a single sign. I don't think we didn't even need this. I'm gonna delete that. Should hide when a sign is not present. Done. Show up when a sign is present in town. Probably shouldn't call it buildings. Yeah, we don't have that figured out. Hey, Sammy, try to add at least 15 every line. That's good. It's good. Rookie numbers, but good. Yeah. One of those who needs the structure. I used to run my own web design company and found that as good as I was at building websites, I was bad at the business of building websites. Yeah. Yeah, but that's why I was trying to sort of separate out the business side of things. But I know you can't do that. In reality, it's not like someone's going to hand you $1 billion and just say, okay, go do what you want. But yeah, I think it's the business side for sure. And I think this is a different perspective that a lot of people just don't get if they're working for other people their whole lives. Is like, what are the business decisions that go into it? And when you hit a certain level of seniority, you might be making those same decisions. But if you don't hit that level or if the company doesn't allow for it, then you might just never consider it. And you might never, this plays into prioritization and how you gather feedback and what resources you allocate to something. And there's just so much that I think you learn from that, even if you don't like doing it. So you probably are happy that you know it, even if you've decided you don't like it. But then I think the other parts, like I said, there's a lot of decision making. If there's no one else responsible for a project, then it all falls on you. But if other people are responsible in different ways, as in you're managing them, then you're the one making sort of the Uber decisions. And it's always a little nerve wracking. I can't imagine being the CEO of a company of like 20,000 people and making some decision that might affect the livelihood of all of them. Like, this is poignant, but Honey, I don't know how many of you have heard of the Chrome extension, but there's a lot of YouTube drama going on right now around Honey and their practices and everything. But I don't want to talk about the drama itself. I want to talk about, imagine you're the CEO of PayPal, whose name I don't know, and you buy Honey for $4 billion because that's what happened. You are sort of on the hook for that paying off. And maybe it did by now. I don't know. I don't know if there are going to be lawsuits or something and I'll need to pay some of it back. But that's a weighty decision. That's not something you just like on a whim. Oh yeah, let's buy that company for $4 billion. And then you acquire, I guess, their employees too, and now you've got their livelihoods on the line, or you have some payout package for them or something. It's just, there's a lot. Am I making a game? Yeah, I'm making a game. And thanks for linking that in, Gleska. Eventually, I want to run my own thing again. Oh, that being said, now I'm full stack. I need the structure because I'm junior and just got to pay my dues and learn the craft. Yeah, I think that's another good reason to work for other people is find out how things operate and get that experience yourself. Yeah. Why am I making a game? I think the general motivations are I've always been interested in game dev and I like the idea of the games I make. And they don't always pan out that way exactly, but yeah, I think that's a short answer. Not entirely sure empathy and compassion for the workers is a desirable trait in a corporate CEO. Yeah, I think large corporation CEOs, at least, it probably isn't. I think the path to being a CEO is a very different path from what most of us are probably on. But I think if you're the CEO of a small company, I think actually compassion is a desirable trait. Like if you run a company of, let's say, I don't know, less than 100 employees, yeah, I think you probably need to care about the company and the people. think you're not far enough apart from them. Okay, so this is done. Get the proper cost and label is done. Whenever a building or upgrade becomes available, we did that. Whenever you build the building, remove it, we did that. Maybe stop it from showing when another full screen thing is showing. I did not make a decision with that. It's in the background right now. I think that's fine. Because all the full screen stuff is... Wait, let's go build this. Yeah, all the full screen stuff has this overlay on the background. So yeah, I don't think there's an issue there. Okay. I'll just delete that then. Maybe stop that. Done. By the way, Zlad, I don't know if you just go into a bunch of streams and ask the same questions, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I recognize that name. And yeah, you asked the same thing on your first visit to the stream back in June. Why do you ask this question? Because I think I asked you the same thing back then too. And I don't think you answered me. Very peculiar. I have enough money for any particular upgrade. Highlight the button green. Okay, so I want the buildings button to be highlighted green, and I want the main buttons to be green as well. The buildings button can just perpetually be green, though, because whenever it shows, it means that you... Oh, wait, no. It doesn't mean that you can afford it. Okay, so we need a Boolean here. Can afford at least one upgrade or one purchase. Hey, that was easy. Okay, so now the buildings button modulate. Hopefully it just auto fills this in. Nice, easy peasy. Easy peasy. Okay, so that was the town menu side of things. Now we need the menu itself to highlight any buttons green if you can afford them. Bool can afford equals that, and then button.modulate. Hopefully it fills in the rest. It's not right, but it did fill it in enough for me to just fill out the rest, I think. Oh, is that already left? I think I'm just gonna ban them. Yeah. I am. Okay, there we go. Except for now, how do I... Oh, darn it. I want to fill out their, like, mod message and say why I did this. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, where's the autofill coming from? Hey, Allie, it's coming from Copilot. So basically, I am signed in to Copilot through here, and it is, I think, running in the cloud. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, I don't know where it runs, but yeah, that's what's providing the suggestions. And you can also ask it things too. Like I could say something like, code a function in Python that will add 10 numbers together. And we can accept the code, and you can talk to it about those sorts of things too. So yeah. Is this VS Code? Yeah, this is VS Code. Does Copilot have a history? I don't know. I've never really needed it for the history. It might be one of these views somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe in the edits view. It seems to know. No, wait, no. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Oops. I want to hide that bar. There we go. All right, so wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah, making this green, and I did, and I needed to test it. Let's go test it. So it should be green by default, but then I'll spend money on something. What can I spend money on? Maybe hiring adventurers? Yeah. I just need to be something I can spend money on that's not a building. So the buildings button is green, and these are both green, because I have more than 50 gold. But if I spend all of this money, so if I spend 75, everything should turn white. Nothing turned white because it doesn't know that I spent the money. That's the problem. So I got to do that. Hey, Seifel. I need AdSense from YouTube, please. What do you mean? Are you running your own channel and you want ads? I think you just need a Hey YouTube partner for that. And I think it's like 4,000 watch hours and 3 videos in the last X amount of time. I don't remember what it was. Yeah. Maybe it's something like that. See fetching responses in the output tab. Oh yeah, okay. So then yeah, it's not running locally, or at least not entirely locally. I guess parts of it could be. All right, so in this menu, we need to know town.money changed, which means any of these buttons need to know their cost. That's rather unfortunate because I don't save these anywhere. So I think we'll just need to save them. Maybe we just save a dictionary of money to cost. Yeah, I think it's the easiest thing we can do. Private dictionary button long button to cost. Wow, cool. Always love when this thing comes up with something pretty decent. Okay, so money changed. We'll go down to this. Private void money changed along amount. Or maybe we'll just call it money. All right, so here we set up the button. We need to set this thing. Cool. I need AdSense from this channel. Yes, I'm a YouTube developer. Yeah, like I said, I think you just need to become a partner. If you meet the criteria and they're not reaching out to you, although it should be automatic, I think you just need to file a support request. I am not a YouTube expert. I only became partner on one channel. But yeah, you should find like an earn tab on your YouTube thing. Yeah, Seifel, what I'm saying is you should submit a YouTube request, like a support request to get your AdSense enabled. Because I can't handle that. I don't work at Google anymore, but even when I didn't work on YouTube. I don't know if you're just like, well, you did it too, so you can help me, but that's as far as I know, really, what I just mentioned. All right, so here what we need to do is figure out, can you afford this thing, which is going to be the same thing that we had over here. So I guess just go over each button that we have. That works. Yeah, this does work, but I don't want to do it this way, I think. I think I want to do it down here. Money changed, down dot money. Yeah, and then that way we can delete this stuff from here. Okay. Cool. What product did I work on at Google? I worked on GCP for the first half, and I worked on Android Studio for the second half. And when I say on GCP, it was on a product that I think has been launched now, but it wasn't launched when I was working there. But yeah, I liked the Android Studio time better. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do the same thing we did. This is all green. We're gonna hire an adventurer, and it should turn white. It did not. This should be called with the new amount of money. I wonder if it was or wasn't. Let's break in there. Like it's called there. It didn't get called? What? How is that even possible? Oh my God, because of that. Whoops. All right, well, that explains it. That's probably the fix as well. We'll just set that breakpoint again. If it turned out to not be sufficient, why do people who work at Google not last long? I don't know if they publish their tenure, like Google engineer tenure versus like rest of industry, I guess. Because I don't even know that the assumption is correct. Average tenure for software engineers is 1.1 to 2.1 years. Okay, which is significantly lower than the broader average. I wonder what it is compared to other kind of similar companies. Like, what about Meta? Is Meta in the same general category? Because if so, the question would be, why is it that people in this category of companies aren't lasting long? They don't. Tenure at FANG companies. Or average tenure. Oh, wait, there's the thing. Yeah, it sounds like it might be a FANG thing, not a Google thing. Man, it's hard to just find some stats on this. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, my answer would probably be pretty similar to this. The kind of person who would get a job at these companies can get through the interview process, is good at it, and probably has a lot of opportunities. That's my guess. Hi, Craze. It's going well. We've made some good progress today. I'll show you in just a bit. Yeah, maybe in general. Is it burnout? Is it boredom? What is it? I think it's any number of reasons, and I think it's probably different for a lot of people. So for me in particular, it was a lack of fulfillment. I've seen a lot of people move for money, and it's not even that the money is bad. It's just that they think, oh, I can make more money over here, so I'm going to go do that. It could be boredom. It could be wanting to change teams. It could be anything. It could be the commute to work. It could be that I don't know, their stock all vested. I guess that's money. Yeah. Companies don't give raises over time at the same rate as something a new role. My second year at a company, they offered a 4% raise. A new company gave me an 18% raise. Yeah, that's also unfortunately fine. I gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't fill in the blank. That's also unfortunately just kind of true of a lot of companies. And the reason why is because people just don't complain enough. I mean, if people were quitting over getting a 4% raise and that was a consistent thing that people did, then companies would no longer give just 4% raises. Before that, I was a job for another 20 years. I don't know if it's job burnout or career burnout. Yeah, that's also hard to say because you can't rewind the time and swap the two companies and have 20 at, now company B and then 4 at company A. I'm sorry to hear that though, Raimu. Yeah. Anyway, Crace, I said I would show you some of the progress. So what we've been working on is this buildings thing here. And when you click it, you can see which buildings are available in town. And when you click one of these, it'll actually navigate to the building. So in this case, it's this add item display, and it says what it does, and you can click upgrade, and it goes away from this list. Actually, it broke. Cannot access a disposed object. Oh, I forgot about this, right? So every time you free these, we need to clear this out too. Well, anyway, you can imagine how it should work, which is hopefully what it's about to do. And maybe instead of calling that money changed, we should call it something like reflect buyability of this stuff. All right, neat. This stuff turned white as expected, but buildings is still green. It shouldn't be. Oh, wait. Oh, it should be. No, wait. I raised that from 0. I was going to say that should cost 0, but it doesn't. It costs 50 again. So why is that green? Oh, because the town menu doesn't know that your money changed? Okay, well, then that's the problem. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, we got to do a little bit more to get this to work. Scroll the view to the building much faster than that, almost instantly, I would say. Yeah, I do think we need to change how the panning works. Yeah. Okay, so we have the same problem as we had before. We're not changing the modulation on buttons when we need to put some code in money changed. And I don't have that yet. And ideally we could, man, this is going to be kind of a problem though. I don't want to save a bunch of stuff in here. The town menu shouldn't care about that. What we could do, and this is a little bit weird, we could get this menu to own the color of this build button. Alternatively, we could have a callback that just says like you can afford something or you can't afford something. That would also work. Let's just do that. All right. Public event action bool can afford any building I'll come up with a name later. Yeah, I don't know what to call this. But what I want to do here is this. So bool can afford any equals false. And then can afford any or with that. And then invoke that. Then over here, when we make the building menu, where do we want to do that? Building menu. The town menu set up second. We need to set it up first. Or town menu set up first. I mean, we need to set it up second. Does this rely on the town menu? No, they don't. Okay. Okay, so in init, we're going to do that. Town dot available buildings menu. Can't afford any building. So this is kind of what we want. I just want this to be in its own function. Can afford any building changed. Yeah. Gotta come up with a better name. But at least I think this is a better way of doing this. There we go. That way we don't have weird ownership here. Maybe I call it that over here too. Put a changed at the end. I probably need to write a comment for that, but that should fix it. Yeah, and we can put this. We actually probably don't need to do anything here. When does it get invoked? Yeah, no, we don't need to do anything. So we can delete this. Nice. All right, let's try it out. I'm trying to think, while I was at Google, how many people did I see leave the company? And it was a bunch. But I'm trying to think, what were their reasons? Actually, a lot of times they didn't share their real reasons. At least one person went to go start their own company. One person felt like they'd worked at Google for too long and Google had sort of gotten away from its original mission and that tech as a whole is much more exciting than what Google is doing. Yeah, a lot of people I think would just go to other companies. That's what I saw a lot of. People would go to Amazon or something. All right, cool. It looks like it's working. So now if I get enough money, if I click grant money, everything should turn green here. Perfect. All right, I like it. I like it a lot. Now what happens if you click this? It'll still center the camera, but it doesn't know that you can't spawn that dialogue. I think that's okay. Oh, did that break? No, it didn't. What was my reason? My reasons are all in the Google command there. Where's the New Year's? Hey, Sarah. Oh, where's the New Year's Skeleseller Easter egg? I was like, the New Year's is right here. It's hidden somewhere in the town. You'll have to find it. Oh, did I forget to check in? Oh my God. Okay, well, whoops. I wanted to check in and I read over all of the code and then I just didn't actually commit it for some reason. Yeah, I just didn't commit it. All right, well, this time I mean it. We're going to check it in. I don't see anything unusual here. Looks good. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to comment on this. Yeah. Oh, why is that yellow? Make field read only, sure. Now what? Now it needs to be in a different spot. Read only field should appear before non-read only field. There. Yeah, so far all I want is a comment on this thing. Yeah, and it looks good. So signs has it? No, it wasn't that. It was can afford building change this thing. When the player, I guess like based on whether the player can afford any building, we want to change the color of a button in another menu. So we just have a signal for the affordability changing. I still don't know what this should be named. Hey, Cran, don't forget about adding the comment that you're change building thing. Oh, this thing? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Should hide Waldo somewhere. We just get the rights just for that. Actually, a lot of indie games have been cross-pollinating, right? Dead Cells has done a bunch of different things. Vampire Survivors had the Castlevania crossover. I want to say Cuphead did some collaborations. Other video games. I know it was at least in Smash. How many Cuphead games are there? Cuphead crossover wiki? Links to other series. Oh, wow. It was more than I thought. Oh, no, never mind. All right. Well, crazy. I think it's cool. I like that. Oh, what happened? Did I even write a message? All right. Add available buildings menu. I didn't mean for all of this to be one commit, but I apparently forgot to commit. This adds the functionality for the new buildings button in the town menu. I think the only real remaining work is cosmetic at this point. It's good marketing. Yeah, it's also pretty cool. It's neat to have your game show up in someone else's game or vice versa. And it's like a networking opportunity too, I feel. I guess what I'm trying to say is if Windy wants Skeleseller to appear in his game, we could probably make that happen. He's gonna just throw like a dead body somewhere in the game. Oh, look, it's a skeleton, Adam. Give me money. Typical Windy, trying to extort people. All right, so that's done. Maybe make the button slightly bigger or just less ugly somehow. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Like, what was causing the margin on these buttons to be different? If we show this, you can see they're different even right here, but why? Maybe it's this. No, it can't be the size of the menu. Is it something about the buttons themselves? Trim nothing. I don't even think you can set spacing, can you? I don't see anything. These are just buttons, right? Yeah. And they have the same theme, these menus, town menu theme. I still don't know exactly what could be different with these two things. This is a panel container, and this is a panel container, yeah. Yeah, they're otherwise pretty much exactly the same. Huh. Have you tried asking Smash Bros? They're probably working on a new Smash Bros. I just can't imagine the series ending. But I think they would want more than an indie game skeleton to appear. Actually, I say that, and yet they literally did that with Sans from Undertale. Actually tried to get a TV show on board. Sadly, didn't happen. Cameos from whom? Because that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, Windy. I played. Oh, I played. Yeah, I played Galactic Mining Core. I was thinking of Geo when you said it, but yeah, I played Galactic Mining Core. I did not recognize the cameos though, but I am not very well versed in indie video games, I think. All right, I'm still completely in the dark about what I did wrong here. Are they the same font? I think the easiest way to tell if something is the same font is just to write the same word in both fonts. So let's go write adventurers on this one. All right, now what? I guess save that. I don't know. I think so. I'll just paste this into GIMP and we'll just put them on top of each other. Yeah, they look the same. Yeah, they're the same. So it's not the font, it's not the theme. What controls button spacing? Godot button padding? Oh, cool. Did you reach out to those people, Wendy? Or did they reach out to you? Oh, sorry, that was your next message. I did a load of art stuff and a pitch to them, but they declined and released their own terrible mobile game that no one played. You may not be able to offend him, but you can make him bitter. You also had a Ski Dog cameo. Oh, wait, I think I was in the game as a cameo too, wasn't I? Now that I think about it. Yeah. Okay, I guess I did notice some of the cameos. All right, all kinds of style box have margin properties. I just didn't customize these. That's the part I don't get. This does have styles and none of them are set. Man, these sorts of puzzles happen with Godot a decent amount. And I don't think it's Godot's fault. I just, it's frustrating because I can't figure it out. H separation is 4. The font is defined here. The font size is somewhere else though, 16, yeah. But the font was exactly the same. It's just the padding that seems to be different. There is a style box here. This has a corner radius, which we saw on this one too, right? Yeah. I mean, we have to because it's the same theme for both of them. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is there somehow something that is different here? Corner radius, border width. I don't know. We'll happily do a Skeleseller one. Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. I don't have any animated TV screens. I also think it'd be harder to work Stargunners into the Skeleseller world. Maybe if you're staring at the lake for a long enough amount of time, it shows up in ripples or something. But I think I need to, yeah, I think I need to find a way to, I don't know, like not make it so obvious, but still let people find it. It's like I remember in the old StarCraft game, like the original one, I mean, StarCraft 1, I think that was the first one, maybe one of the Warcraft ones was, where you could click a unit like 14 times or something and it would start saying different things. And in StarCraft, if you did that with one of the creeps, it would just blow up. So those sorts of things were pretty cool. And eventually word spread and people would try it out. Yeah, good job, StarCraft. All right, I think this is a waste of time. Not because we won't eventually find the answer, but because I'm not finding it quickly. I just don't know why this is so scrunched together. Wait, is it the same font size in the actual game? I know we tested it in the editor, but that's not really a real test. Is this push? No, not yet. That would be great. So they can put your bad game skills. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Having animated TV screens lets you put practically anything into the game. But I have like a medieval fantasy world. I should just, I should just forego the whole fantasy theme and just there's mage, warrior, and then star gunner, and they've got guns and do like 40 billion damage. And you're like, well, doesn't that trivialize the game? And I'm like, yeah, well, Windy made me feel bad. Live. All right, this is what's going to tell us for real. And this time, I mean it. We paste this down here. And we see if they line up. They do. They're exactly the same size. So why is the green button, why does it have more padding? Open Steam to the Star Gunner Steam shop. Hey, with the money you spend on Skeleseller, refund that and go buy Star Gunners. In fact, send me an email and I'll pay for the difference. Windy raises the price like $400. He's like, why are these sales coming in? They're all from a Mr. Adam 135313531. All right, I'll spend a tiny bit longer thinking about this, but like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a waste of time because I don't see a difference. I just don't know what could be different between these two things. I guess this is inside of a VBox container. Does this have a theme? No. So then it's all the town menu, which is what has the theme here. Yes. An available buildings menu is the same way. This doesn't and shouldn't and doesn't matter anyway, unless this has a theme, and it doesn't. So it's not a theme related thing. I didn't make the buttons any different. Is there some kind of scaling going on here? There shouldn't be because I copy pasted that too. So far, no. And nothing else looks different, right? I wonder if I shrink this. That doesn't change the buttons though. What if I expanded this? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I didn't put another theme on here, did I? No. Oh, maybe the individual buttons have a shrink center on them or something. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it could be in layout, container sizing, fill and fill. Nope, it's not that. What does it set to over here? Fill and fill. Although there's an expand button there. There isn't one here. Huh. I guess because of the container that's used? That's interesting. So wait, if I paste in this button up here, is it the same way? This does have an expand. So it's just when it's inside of a VBox container, I guess. But otherwise, yeah, it looks like it's kind of the same way. Crossover those IPs that have more advanced technology. And what they do is kind of roll back the technology, turn it into steampunk. Oh, but that's like special custom work, right? Are they both the same width? They're probably different widths, but I don't know why the width would impact this. And if I made this smaller, how do I even make it smaller? Like this, I guess. Yeah, it's not affecting the height. Actually, nothing's affecting the height of the buttons. Custom minimum size, 25. Yep, that would do it. That would do it. Yep, there it is. Okay, great. Thank you. You get a point for sure. All right, let's close out of all this stuff so that I can delete all the changes I just made and then make only the right changes. Can't believe it. I'm struggling with padding over here. Cash out without even having access to the code base is like, hey, maybe it's a minimum size you said. You're spot on. Oh, by the way, did Did a message ever print out in chat about ads starting? Because I did not get one, but maybe I needed to refresh. I don't know if ads are running or what. I changed the settings right before starting the stream. I changed it in the instance scene. It's not an instant scene though. That's the thing. They're just two different scenes with the same general structure. I wonder if you can change it in the theme itself though. Because if you can, and maybe you can. No, you can't set the minimum size like this. Oh, that's too bad. Oops, I did not mean to do that. What I just do? I clicked override all. I don't think it had a change. But there's an asterisk up there. Let's just reload the project. Yeah, save modified resources. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. Oh, and this is going to be kind of annoying because I don't make these buttons through the editor. So we need to get what the minimum size is and then set it through code. It's not that hard to do. It's just kind of weird. And I guess we need to set it on this thing too. All right, well, we can just do it based on the close button. I guess that would work just fine. Now that there's already a button that's in there, I think that's okay. All right, so then let's go to that. Building menu and button equals this. And button dot, what's it called? Min size equals new vector 2. I don't care about this, the X coordinate, but the Y coordinate, I want it to be the same as the close button's minimum size. Oh, in fact, we could just set it to the close button. There we go. And then, yeah, consolidate them all into here. Neat. Wasn't it set in the town scene? No, it's just on the buttons inside the town menu. So now everything should look the same. Let's see. I mean, I think it's correct. I can't actually tell because I don't remember what it used to look like. I took a picture. Oh yeah, it's definitely better. Yeah, you can see the difference when it's side by side. I mean, most of you probably could have seen the difference without that, but not me. All right, pretty cool. Yeah, so like I said, you won't normally have 10 or whatever this is buildings in here. Normally you'd have a few because once you build one of these things like the town hall, it's just gone from that menu. And they won't always be green because you won't always have enough money. So yeah, this is looking a lot better. Like the garbage slime costs 1 gold. You'll build it at the beginning of the game. You'll just have it the rest of the game. Same thing with the tavern. As soon as you can get this, you'll probably... Oh, it didn't go away. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Oh, buildings is bigger? Yeah, this thing up here at the top. Because I was going to say, the rest of these things should all look the same. Oh, unless it was never 25 to begin with. Maybe it was something more than that. Town menu. Town menu buildings button. Minimum size is 25. No, it should be good. Might just be the word buildings inside that button that makes it look different. All right, so bug with the tavern. Show all signs by tavern. It doesn't disappear from the buildings menu. Okay, so set minimum size of build buttons. They were bigger in the town menu than in the new buildings menu. They're now a standard size. 25 px min height. Done. All right, now we fix this bug. So let's try reproing it. Close out of this. So all we have to do is click grant most thing. Oh, nope, not that. Show all signs. and then try building the tavern, and it still shows up. And it doesn't error or anything, so I think I know what's wrong. The tavern sign is a signpost. And sign, why is that yellow? Do not declare visible instance field. This isn't even, I'll worry about that later. Hey Rashid, how you doing? I'll write this here. What was it? Run .NET format. Yeah. All right. Oh, fields should only be private. I see. That's unfortunate. I guess it could be a property that doesn't get overridden, so we could change that. Yeah. What was that build cost? Inside signpost, I think. Yeah. Could be a property again and just stay protected. Or I could try to make it private and then have a custom setter. Be bad because it's the whole point of properties, but that stupid bug exists. So build doesn't even have a definition here. Is there something else that's broken then? Is there anything that you can build? Yeah. The town hall. It does not have an upgrade and it disappears correctly. So what is the town hall doing when you build it? Nothing. What? Oh, maybe one of them is getting deleted and the other isn't? Is this freed? This gets freed. The tavern sign. Oh, that's dumb. Why did I do that? And what if we just didn't? It doesn't even get hidden from here. Is there a hide call somewhere? There isn't. I guess the town hides the town hall sign after you build it. It does. Okay, well then we should just hide the tavern sign too. It's the easiest way to fix that. Yeah, weird. Well, okay, let's do it. Signs dot tavern sign dot hide. Is this gonna break something else though? Show tavern sign if applicable. Show tavern sign. Yeah. Okay, that should work. So now we go back into this and delete the cube free that we have. But that's going to cause a problem wherever else we did this. So let's search for any others that we have. Not going to be a problem there. This one will be the Explorer. All right, so I think the Explorer is going to be a problem. What is going on right now? Hold on. My keyboard is shifted on my desk. Guild might be, so Explorer, Guild, and Recycler. Oh wait, the Town Hall does have a cube free right here. What? We're gonna find some nice free tiles like yours. I recommend checking itch for asset packs. They won't all be free, and some of the ones that are free are only limited to like 20% of the total amount of tiles that they have, but they're usually pretty cheap if they're not free. Okay, well, color me confused. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe because we didn't click the sign, we clicked the button, and maybe this would happen with everything. Let's find out. So the town hall is no longer there. Let's do this again, show all signs. And now let's build the town hall through this thing. No, it goes away. So it goes away no matter what, right? Yeah. So why doesn't the tavern? Yeah, it just doesn't know that the sign exists anymore. That's so weird. Oh, it's because we hide it and free it. Oh, okay. So if we just kept this in here too, then it would work. Yeah, that's probably right. That's concerning. We should consider it to be. We shouldn't need to do that. So let's try this now. I'm guessing I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. Okay, well, like I said, that shouldn't be necessary. So let's go find out how to fix it sort of properly. Let me think about this. We've got a check for is instance valid somewhere. There are very few of these. So it must be, no, it can't be this. Because if it doesn't exist, then we can't add it as an available building. We need to know that this thing changed so that we know to remove it from the menu. Yeah, I see. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Recycler. Oh, it's already being done here. So wait, what was the other one? The guild? Is the guild one being done? No. Hold on. What am I doing? This is a signpost. So all we need to do is call hide from here. And this is stupid because this is just needed so that, okay, I'm beginning to see a pattern here. I finally identified what the right fix is. At least I think. Let's only write this down before I forget. Fix have signpost hide and free the sign and add a comment about why we hide it first. And then make everything call base.build. Yeah, Hannah likes this. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all. So can we do this and not have any problems? Build. Yeah, I think we can. So we call hide here and just say this is to trigger a visibility changed event so that the buildings menu gets updated. And then queue free. Signs only used for buildings and not upgrading. Don't need to stay around. Yeah. How am I doing today? I'm doing pretty well. I really, I think it's easy, regardless of whether you love your job or hate your job, to somehow get burned out from it. And when you love your job and you get burned out from it, I think you just need a vacation, really. And I took a vacation and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like I'm ready to tackle the grind again. Because even though I like what I'm doing, it is work. I do have to apply a lot of mental energy doing this and solve a lot of problems. And sometimes they're old problems that are sort of boring and you don't feel like fixing them. Sometimes they're new problems that are tough. You don't know what to do. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty refreshed. Also, just sort of coincidentally, I'll be taking another vacation at the end of January, but that one's going to be shorter. And that one was like a more planned thing. The December one was like well, my wife's got vacation time, so why don't I spend time with her? We both played a lot of Slay the Spire. All right, so now everything needs to call this, except for not build an upgrade sign. But build an upgrade sign never had a risk of calling it, right? Nope. So we just call base.build. And here, and here, and here, and here. And then any of these, so any signs, let's just search for .hide. That'll probably be the easiest. Yeah, that's one. Actually, if we're going to delete that one, I guess it would also probably make sense to do that. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And that's it. Let's try it out. Any advice for people who get burned out doing nothing? I don't think it can be answered politely. I actually do think it can be answered politely. There's a book called Laziness Does Not Exist. I suggest reading that book. It's got pretty good ratings too. The short story is that what people attribute to laziness is usually something else. It's either extreme stress or mental health issues, or you're doing too much anyway. There's a whole bunch of stuff that it could be attributed to. And it's rarely that someone is just truly lazy. Or I guess in the author's mind, it's never that, it's just that someone's truly lazy. I think the book is good though. I suggest reading it. Actually, I suggest reading about 70% of it. I think the last 30% was not very helpful. But that's every self-help book. I know I joked about this in my whatever that thing was, the April Fool's thing. Where is it? This document. This is the funny take on it. But yeah, I think every self-help book is like 1 or 2 paragraphs of actual wisdom and then a whole lot of medicine to make it go down. And I think that medicine is needed for a lot of people. If I just said like, hey, live your life this way, it would mean almost nothing to you. It wouldn't last in your mind. So there's some amount of that that's necessary, but usually at about the 50% mark in the book, you're like, all right, I get it. And if it hit you and you agree with it, then you'll probably just do it. And if it doesn't, then I guess either keep reading or you just disagreed with it. All right, so we're going to do this and we're going to click every single one of these and we're going to make sure they all work. So let's start with the Explorer's Hut. Build. It's gone. Good. Unfortunately, that's going to keep happening. So I know this is kind of dizzying. I know we need to fix the camera thing, so I'm just going to zoom out. Let's go with the Tavern next. Build it. It's gone. Perfect. Let's go with the Garbage Slime. Done. Town Hall. Done. Enchanter's Den. Done, but now it gets replaced with Spell Crystal. So we only have 2 of these. So let's try to build them both. We can't because I don't have the money. So let's come back to that one. Vault turns into vault storage. Warehouse turns into warehouse storage. Armor shop turns into armor shop item display. And also made the dialogue a little bit bigger. Weapon shop turned into weapon shop item display. And then that. Cool. And we should be able to build more than one of those. Yeah. All right. Everything's working. I like that a lot. I'm glad we fixed that bug. All right. Yeah. Fix bug with building non-upgradable buildings. For buildings that you can't upgrade, they wouldn't always properly get removed from the building menu. This is because they needed hide to be called on them. And that wasn't a standard thing until this commit. Yeah. Taking a bunch of repeated code and putting it all in one place. Yeah, and bonus, it was in town, a lot of it. So now town is slightly smaller. Still not small. But yeah, looks good. Cool, so this is all done. Make B toggle the buildings menu. Okay, I don't think we're using B for anything else. Can we sort by... Okay, hang on one second. Hang on one second. Hold the hang on one just one sec. Gavino, thank you very much for the raid. And welcome in, everybody. I hope your stream was good. Happy New Year. I am sort of all over the place because I wanted to just take a tiny break and do something, but now that I think about it, it's just not important. So yeah, welcome in. We are also working in Godot, but we're not making the best 2025 complex mobile game with something mechanics. I forgot the rest of the pitch. I'm making Skeleseller, and what I was just looking into is how do you find keys by name here? Like if I search for P, does it show up? It maybe does. These both have the letter P in the name. Can you search for physical? No, you can't. Okay, well anyway, let's just add this and figure out what happened. Number 1 free 3D mobile game with complex mechanics. Oh, just complex mechanics. Okay, yeah. Developed in Godot in 2025. Yeah. And so far, it's looking like it's going to be the case. I don't think anyone's going to take that crown from you. All right, we're going to add a new action really fast, and then I'll show you what the game is all about for the people who are new here. So we're going to call this toggle buildings menu. Add and set it to B. The B emoji. There. And now let's go hook that up. Actually, let's show you the game first. Oh, there was filter by event? Oh, man. All right, well, I'm a dummy. But it didn't warn me when I tried doing this. Looks like I had B on start instance. Did I? Didn't warn me. And it messed me up. Yeah, you're right. Start instance? What even is that? I think that's gone. UI toggle start instance. Yeah, it is gone. But good call. Thank you both. Thank you all, I guess. I'll give you all points. Point for you. A point for you. A point for Toulouse. Very used to getting points. Give me those. I like it. All right, so delete this thing. And yeah, let me show you the game. So this is Skeleseller. It is the #1 desktop game with complex mechanics developed in Godot in 2025. So between the two streamers you're bouncing between, whew, you are set. It's a laid-back town management game. So you can see this character running around here. This is the rogue that I hired. I've skipped through the tutorial, so this is me just kind of dropping you in. But you click the start battle button, and the character's just walking to the portal right now, and they'll automatically get into a fight and just start attacking according to the abilities that they have. So a lot of this is automated, but in a way you're not really controlling the automation. What you are controlling is your parties, your adventures that you have, and to some extent, you can like manually do some of the actions that your characters can do. So I can drag this potion over here, and now it's in my shop. And now there's some slow moving characters walking around. There's one of them, and there's another one. And these are customers, and they will eventually move over there and buy this item. And then I could do things like hire new adventurers. So I could hire a mage, for example. And now I could send the mage into battle. So let's do that. And let's send the rogue back into a battle as well. So now they're both walking to a portal. And they're both fighting. So this is the same place I was just at, though. Eventually, you unlock new areas, and you eventually fight bosses and stuff. You get more adventurers. You put skill points into the adventurers. You build out your town with all these different buildings you can get. The buildings themselves can have different actions you can perform. So, for example, this has a whole bunch of stuff you can unlock. So there's a lot of depth so far. Not a ton. This is probably like a few hours, but we're going to launch the next publicly playable version on January 17th. So if you're interested in trying this out, I mean, technically you could try it right now. I just highly recommend against doing that because it's an old version. But yeah, here's the itch page, and then here's the Steam page. I'll link it in the chat. 2 #1 Godot games in 2025? At least 2. We might make sequels, and then those will be the best. Is this an idle type game? What I would say is it's like semi-idle. So in a lot of idle games, you have infinite progression, and you see how I'm getting like, I have 28 money and I was getting 3 per potion. Eventually in a lot of those games, you're getting like this much money per potion, and they have to use scientific notation at some point, and you're seeing damage numbers in the quadrillions, and that's one part of idle games. Another part of idle games is typically microtransactions, and another part is like very long time spans that you could expect. So you might, if this were a traditional idle game, you might be like, okay, hang on. Let me get this really fast. Okay, so there's auto battling. I'm going to send this character back into the forest, and we're going to enable auto battle. So now if I were to speed up the game, which you won't be able to do as a player, but you can see this battle is just playing out super fast. It just gets into a new battle, plays it out super fast. At this point in a true idle game, you would walk away from your computer, and you'd come back and you'd see your money in the thousands or the millions or something, and you'd click a couple of buttons and then walk away for another few days. I don't want Skeleseller to be that way. I want it to be that you always feel like there's something just on the horizon and not on the far horizon. Something you can actually see where you're like, all right, what are the buildings I can afford? Okay, this is 50 gold. This is 1 gold. As you start to unlock more stuff in here, there are things that are, 100. You're not going to see something in here that's like 1,000,000 gold. And I think that's an important distinction to make, because a lot of these idle games are, I think, really just exploiting your desire to watch numbers go up and feel like you're making progress. And this was more like, watch your town expand and see customers move around a little bit faster, and you're fighting bigger battles and everything. It's still the same sort of thing. It's just not, it's not digging its claws into your brain as much, I think. So I just want it to be a fun, laid back game. No major challenge. Yeah. It was from adding start instance, yeah, which was a long time ago. So now what we want to do is we want to put this in, where do we do this? The town menu, I guess, has it. There should be a UI toggle. I'll just search for it. Yeah, here they all are. Overlay visibility controller. This one's not technically in the overlay visibility thing, so we could just put this into the town menu and toggle it from in here. All right, let's do that. So this is going to be UI toggle buildings menu, which is, I think, what I called it, but I don't recall. Toggle buildings menu, perfect. And then we just call toggle buildings menu. And that's it, we're done. That was all it took. So let's run this. So now when I press B, it opens this thing up. But it shouldn't do that if you don't have any buildings. And I don't have a way of cutting that out unless I get rid of the tutorial code. So let's go try that out. Skip tutorial. All right, let's turn that. Actually, let's just turn it off like this. Did I do the artwork? No. I'm very, very bad at artwork. I did a lot of the coding and the music. And there's the credits page there for everyone else who worked on it. Yeah, so this buildings thing shows up and it shouldn't show up for one because we don't have any available buildings. But even if we did, even if the guild sign showed up, I don't want it to show up there. So I think we need to remove that. Remove the buildings menu from the tutorial, question mark. Yeah, maybe have something special that only lets it show up when you can build the potion shop. Is it all in C#? Yeah, it's all in C#. All right, so if I click look around here, now it says we can get the guild. It would be okay if this showed up like that, right? You'd see the buildings menu and you'd click this. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little torn. Maybe it can show up. Maybe it's a good thing if it does. But what definitely should not show up is this. So let's hide that. Oh, wait, we hide it through code, I think. Why didn't I do that? I don't know. Well, now it's hidden. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So there's no buildings button up here, but if I click look around, it will appear. And you can click this and click the guild through this. Or you click the sign, and then the button is going to disappear. Hey, Jeep. And hey, Psycho's vibing. This looks amazing. Thanks. Yeah. I'm very excited about this game. And we have a lot of work left to do even before January 17th, but I think it's all doable. So I think it'll be good. All right, so now we can hire an adventurer. So we choose one, mage or rogue. So we pick one of those, we start a battle. And I can speed this up, but most players will have to actually watch this character go to the portal. This was important. This isn't a super long walk or anything, but it's to show you that like your character needs to enter the portal to start a battle. And we can always tweak how some of that stuff works too. Maybe make it a little bit faster at first. All right, then we could click look around, but actually already we see this buildings thing. Yeah, okay. I think that's reasonable. So back to the start for just a sec. If I press B, we can still open this. Yeah, that's a problem. We only should be able to open that if there's something in the menu. Toggle buildings menu, toggle buildings menu. Yeah, this thing should have some awareness about it. Okay, so here's what we'll do then. We'll delete this. Toggle building menu. And this will just be moved to, what's it called? Town.available, whatever. Town.available buildings menu, toggle visibility. And then go make that method. And here, we'll put this. But I'm going to change it slightly. We're going to also move it up to here. I'm going to change it so that it knows only if there are buttons. If button... Wait, what? Did I not save this here? Button to cost, that's what it's called. If button to cost.count is equal to 0, then just return. Otherwise, do this stuff. And then we need to call this same thing from here. Wait, where is it? Here, just toggle buildings menu. There. All right, I think that will stop us from toggling it when there are no contents in it. Hey, sound of typing. What is Doreen's? Is this a typo or is it a setup for a joke or something? I broke this. Object reference is not set to an instance of an object. Town menu line 63. Typo. Typo for what though? The door. Hey, gotcha. You must be on mobile. I have that happen a lot where I try typing out my emotes or something and it autocorrects to something totally weird. Yeah. Where does that happen a lot? I can't recall. Okay, so this is not a thing we can set up here until we get the town. So we have to put this up here. Otherwise, pretty reasonable. Let's try it out. Shouldn't break anything. Nice. So now pressing B doesn't do anything unless there are contents in that dialogue. Yes, perfect. Great. So we added a hotkey for this. That's all we did. We also got rid of a dead hotkey, so there are actually no lines of code changed in that one file. Well, not number of lines of code changed. And all the rest of this looks good. Cool. So allow hotkey for the buildings menu. It's B, and it was taken from an entry in the input map that was no longer being used. Follow background, day 10 when Kit rated. Great progress, man. Curious to see. Hey, Kookaburra. Yeah, it has come a long way. I bet, you know what we could do? We can look at what it looked like on day 10. Videos, live. Sort by oldest. All right, where's day 10? This is day 3, day 9, day 9.5, day 10. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at this one. And let's just skim through and see what the game looked like way back then. Do we have any? Oh yeah, there it is. That was it. It was just some characters walking around. They just walked all over the place. Oh man, crazy to think how far this has come since then. Do we have any other things? Oh yeah, look, the battle's playing out. Oh my goodness. There was a storeroom. I'm guessing items didn't actually exist. Oh no, they did exist. Oh, and workers would stock shops. Wow. Made a lot of progress by day 10. Yeah. There are two atoms, one slightly larger than the other one. Yeah, and here's what it looks like now. We actually have like a proper map. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on. Let me rebuild this. And a lot of different aspects of the game just obviously didn't exist at day 10. But then since then, they've gotten a lot more love. Like skill trees look a lot better now too. You can actually like put points in these things. All of this stuff is working. You can get in some like mega battle at the end of the game if you want to. You versus a dragon, animations, fireballs. It's looking great. Yeah, I'm very happy with this stuff. Okay, remove buildings menu from the tutorial. I don't think I'm going to do that. Consider making the new dialogue say available purchases. I just don't know what to call this. Here's the problem, and maybe someone in chat is more inspired than I am. We have this town perks menu, and this is what lets you buy things for just straight up money. So you want your adventurers move faster, click this, it costs 50. Do it again, and cost goes up, your level goes up, your boost goes up. Okay, that all makes sense. Then we have buildings. These are not all buildings though. Like, let me do this, speed this up. Okay, so for example, this is the garbage slime. It's not a building. And the spell crystal is not really a building. Like, what do we call these? I was thinking purchases, because they're not really town upgrades, because then you could call the town perks town upgrades as well. They're not all technically buildings because of this and some of the upgrades. Like this just adds 4 more item storage to your warehouse. Really a building buildables. I think if I were to call it buildables, I'd just be fine with buildings. And maybe buildings is okay. Oh, they also do that to you. Yeah, but the larger one was in the back. That was like April. They call them add-ons. I didn't think of something like add-ons. See, the thing is, I think if we were to call them town upgrades and we didn't have the town perks menu, that this would be a great word for it. So maybe actually that's the way I should be looking at this. Maybe town perks should be renamed to something else. Like it's not really skills. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of renaming town perks somehow. This building is the town hall. What if you call them laws? All adventurers must wear shiny shoes and move faster. I don't know. I think that's maybe what I should facilities or services. Oh, you mean to rename the perks? What are the perks? Well, there aren't very many right now, but things like more customers will enter your town, or customers will move faster. You find more loot. You, you find more valuable loot. You find more loot. Your adventurers move faster. You have clones of yourself. So now there are 3 skeletons in town walking around. And what else do we have? This auto battling. And eventually there'll be things maybe like you regenerate life faster. So it's all sorts of different upgrades. They're not just for your town. And I think if we had town perks and town upgrades, it would be confusing. You'd always go to one menu when you want the other one. I think I'll put some more thought into this later. Yeah, auras. The thing is, like, auto battling isn't really an aura. It's just like a purchasable thing that now gives you this. Oh, you can't see that. Gives you this check mark right here, and now you can auto battle. So yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do. Also, I feel like the buildings menu should probably close itself. Citizen skills, not exactly, because there's stuff like item prices are worth more. I guess you could retheme that to say customers are willing to pay more. But then this is just you get more items from battle. So it's affecting like everything. Maybe we can call them bonuses or something. Like we like no, but all right, I don't know. I'll defer this. Yeah, I don't know what we should call it, but I'm still not sold on the name buildings for the new button that I added. I think it may be better to call them town upgrades and rename town perks instead. But I don't have any ideas there either. Is the Skeleseller in charge of the town? Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 of these are your clones. there's a real one somewhere, but we can't tell them apart. Wait, there should be a third one. Yeah, there it is. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There are many perks. It could be split into a few subcategories. It could be, yes. And I think if you wanted that, I think you would put tabs in here. So there'd be like a customers tab and a adventurers tab and a something else tab. But I don't think you'd activate it through a different menu. I think you'd still click the same button up here, and then you just see tabs. And that's how a lot of skill trees work. You have like fire skills and lightning skills or something, and they're just in different trees altogether, just to save some space. Each shrine does a perk, but you upgrade the shrine. More thematic also. Shrines or something. Yeah, actually, the original way we talked about this was kind of similar in that they would all result in some change to your town. And maybe it didn't make sense exactly. Like auto battling could be that you get a statue in your town. And maybe item doubling is you get a fountain somewhere and you get some flowers or a new path or a whatever, some other land feature. Animated damage bars slow on bosses. That's true. It is. It is slow on bosses. It leads me to believe that it's every time someone gets hit, it's animating again, and it's probably not how it should work. Yeah, it's still fading in the background. How many items are there in the game? Maybe like 30 something right now. We'll probably flesh that out though, so that we'll just use as many as we have graphics for. And how many is that? Assets, items, graphics. This many. So quite a lot, although we probably wouldn't use all of these. Like, I don't know what you use these things for. On bosses, it should be 2x speed. I don't think that's what's happening, though. I don't think it's on bosses, it should be 2x. I think it's that every time someone gets hit, it's like re-triggering a timer, because it was taking like 15 seconds. I'd say push that number way up if you can, even they're simple color swaps. Yeah, we could do that. Although a lot of those graphics are already color swaps of one another. Like this entire first row. Well, not entirely, I guess, but all of these, whatever, 6 or something, these 6 and these 6. Maybe a town square or something. We could probably find a use for all of them. I mean, remember, the items in this game have really no purpose other than to just be sold. So it's just a graphic with a number above it. It's not like we need to go code stats for the cane. Oh, I guess also there's flavor text. The flavor text is a little bit harder to come up with, but we could still do it, obviously. I'll just write a note about this, what Dark just said. Dark pointed out that boss life bars are animating very slowly. The behavior is correct, just at the bar ratio. But you don't think it's a problem that it's taking like 15 seconds to animate? Like if I just rerun this battle and we get to the end of it. Okay, so take a look. Like the battle's already ended and you can actually just see a timer right here. It's still animating. I don't think that's correct. Because even if you doubled that speed, that would have been like 7 seconds of animating the life bar. Whereas these animate in like less than a second. So I'm pretty sure it's that every time they get hit, they're like resetting a timer or something. But I haven't looked at the code. I mean, we could just look at the code and find out. Life bar. Health changed. If it hasn't requested animation and it's not animating. Start run animation wait time. 500 milliseconds. Where do we set this to false? Well, something strange is happening. Not sure. Group all the perks into a single building like a museum where you upgrade certain exhibits or artifacts to get the perks, like heroic boots, which graduate through 5 levels of speed upgrade. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll write that down. It would just be a visualization of what we have, which is also kind of nice. Yeah. File idea. All right, let me give you a point. Going to want to add an item collection system that tracks which items the player has found in the world and later items are harder to get. Collection to fill out. I don't know if I want to do that because the way the item drops work right now is there's no concept of rare items really. Well, there is, but it's not like rarity in other games. Like go do this dungeon 100 times and you'll be lucky if you find one of these things. Like that concept doesn't exist. So it's pretty much like if you battle a few times, you'll find all the items from that location. I think we'd have to make them rare because otherwise, like by the end of the game, every player will have found every item. That's kind of how it works right now. So an item collection would just be like, oh, okay, you've seen it all. Which games still do that, right? They have like bestiaries and stuff where, yeah, by the end of the game, you've probably seen every monster that exists. But some players like leafing through that and seeing what it's all about. I only briefly looked into this and didn't see the problem. But boss life bars are taking like greater than 8 seconds to fade out at the end of the battle. To repro, throw 3 adventurers against the dragon. I don't know what I'm specifically commenting on. Well, I mean, it still seemed like a pretty good idea. So yeah, maybe we end up using that. Hey, NSO, how you doing? Line 74, animation deduction speed. Minus delta times this. And this is 50. Oh. This speed is not in... It's not in percentages. It's in absolute value. Because, yeah, that would probably be the problem. Delta multiplier, yeah. Maybe the actual life value and not the percent. Well, multiplying by 2 might look good, but we need to figure out what units these are, right? Because like what happens if a boss has way more life? Because I think this is just life. As in it'll animate 50 life per second, and for bosses saying that it's 100 seems good. But actually, if we just multiplied all of our life values by like 100, that it would look bad again. I think that's the real bug there. Where's the dragon? Oh, there it is. Dragon has 1,300 life. So if we give him 130,000 life, and then we make the adventurers do more damage. We gotta make sure I'm picking the right adventurers here. So warrior, rogue, and mage. So we're just gonna multiply everything by 100 for all of those. And then the animation deduction speed is still the original one. But I suspect that now when they lose the battle, it's going to take like an hour to animate the speed. Because I think this is in terms of life values. Let's see. Grab most things. Go to here. And I said rogue, mage, warrior. Okay, so we can speed this up. And then we should still die at the same rate. Yeah, good. Okay, so now we look at the bar in the background. And I'm going to run this at 8x speed. Oh, about 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I think my hunch is correct. Because at 8x speed, this has already taken like a minute at this point. So yeah, I think that's a problem. It's got to be in terms of percentages. Yeah, that's it. Multiplying life value of the dragon by 100 and power of the adventurers by 100 shows that it takes minutes to drain. But good eye. I mean, that's a really good catch. I would not notice that kind of thing. That's why I'm glad Dark is helping out with this stuff. Oh, don't worry about how to convert it. I think we just file an issue. I can always take care of it at some point. All right, so I'm going to delete this for now. Rebase and make sure this doesn't have an issue. Yeah. Hopefully the rebase itself doesn't have an issue. That'd be frustrating. So let's see how difficult it is to rebase this. Git pull origin main rebase. Oh, that was easy. Every once in a while. It's just easy. Yeah, for those who don't know what rebasing is, you are taking all of your commits and you're putting all the stuff that was already done sort of before them. So anything along the way, because you're sort of recommitting each of the original commits, anything along the way that has a conflict, you need to address. And you could have 1,000 conflicts. I mean, you shouldn't, but you could. We happen to have 0. So that's nice, because I never remember what I actually modified in what places. So now when we try to rerun this, oh, what should we have? We should have the wave text. Yeah, let's try that out. This is what we did this morning on top of Dark's PR. How do we do this? We go to here, we go to here, and we send in a couple adventurers. All right, so I did not give them any skills, so they might lose. But assuming they don't lose, then we'll see the text show up here that says wave 2 of 2, I think. I think they're going to win. Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of close. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, wave 2 of 2. Perfect. Which means now we can go check for this. And this should no longer be highlighted yellow. It is, but I don't think that's accurate. If I refresh this, is it still highlighted yellow? Because didn't we stop that? Oh, it's still yellow. Okay, why? CA 1002. We fixed that, didn't we? Nope, we didn't. Apparently that's in a PR still. I thought it wasn't. Here it is. Oh, right. Because I wanted to change all these references. Okay, well, we could make it an iRead only list, or I could tackle that problem right now. But yeah, the other thing we're gonna need to do, edit. We should also make sure to remove one of the. Why do we even have that suppression? Do not expose generic lists. Oh, okay. The suppression we have for CA 1002 in the code. There's only one at the time of writing. Okay, so we'll just do this. Fix linting error. Actually, if we're gonna fix a linting error, let's just fix all of them. .NET format. .NOT. There are two kinds of languages: C# and everything that's not C#. .NET and .NOT. This will probably take like 15 seconds, and it'll find probably a few issues, and maybe you can fix them all, maybe you can't. But I haven't run this in a while, so we've got to check it. All right, what did it fix for us? Just one thing, unused import, sure. And then how do we find these other ones? Problem? It's too bad it doesn't just report where it found these. Why? What good is this? I'm going to tell you. Is there like a -- help for this? It can give me the location. No. Did this tell me? Yeah, this found, let's see. Let's make sure they're the same. 1202 showed up once. That's there. Then 1201 there. Then 1135. And then 1401. Oh, yeah. Okay, they're all here. Okay, so we just need to fix these. -V will tell you. I'm going to... Oh. That doesn't work. What am I supposed to be doing? I did .NET format -V and it says required argument missing. Oh, I have to specify what the verbosity is. Detailed, I guess. This is pretty nice. I just run this by default now. Not enough V's. Yeah, nice. Okay. All right, let's go fix these. A lot of this stuff should be pretty easy. Wow, this was a problem for a while. Just have to put this up here. Okay, what was next? So that was 1135, I want to say. Maybe? No, it wasn't. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All right, so 1401 is here. So this, don't declare visible instance field, and a field should not follow a property, and field should be private. So we need to rename this to capitalize build cost again. And then put a git set here and then move this somewhere else? All right, that'll hopefully work. Build cost is confusing given the existence of git build cost. I hate this. Oh man. It's too bad. I would love to not use this, but the problem is we have a small issue in Godot that we have to work around. So we're working around it by doing this, and then that's causing a different issue. It's just annoying. You added the backing field just for that. Yeah, I didn't want this thing to exist, and now I thought, okay, I'll make it into a property and get it to stop complaining. But I think what we're gonna do is switch it back to what it was and get it to stop complaining in the other way. So we'll just put this here. Oh man, there's like a million things here. Field should not follow a property. Okay, so I guess we can put this up here. In which case it probably needs to be higher up. Yeah. And then we can just suppress one thing. Quick fix, suppress, suppress. Quick fix, suppress, suppress. So stupid. Okay, suppressing both of these because of, what was that Godot issue? Hey, hang on one second. Okay. Sorry. My wife is talking very loudly on the phone just outside the room. What was that? G virtual. I'll just search for virtual. Yeah, here it is. Okay, there's the issue. Both of these due to that. All right, so now we only have to do comments. So that's all I should see when I type .NET format, is it'll just say does not affix to do comments, I think. It's getting very, very warm. Did I tear this? I think I did. Man, the amount of shirts I end up tearing because I bend my elbow as I have the sleeve folded up is rising quite a lot. All right, so now it just says 1135. What is that? That's the to-do item. Perfect. Then we're done with that. Fix linter errors or warnings. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not fixing that. All right. Done. All right, so I'm going to sync this. Let's do git push force because I rebase, so I need to force. And then let's sort the building menu by its build cost. So we have all the signposts. I want to sort them. Sort signpost by ascending cost. It should know how to do this. Sort signposts by ascending cost. Because otherwise I'm going to look at the compare myself. This is only okay if we use link, I guess. And then to list. We don't actually need. We could just do this. Bar sorted by cost. There we go. And there we have it. All right, let's try that out. This should be very obvious if we did it correctly. $30 and then $50. Show all of them. Yep, nice. All right, that was Ski's suggestion. I think it is a good suggestion. I just want to see, could we have done it this way? Does it know that signpost has that function? Maybe if you do this. No. Oh, wait. No, yeah. Okay, that's fine. sort signposts by ascending cost. Also, that's one of the cases where I feel like, as I mentioned, it's not like sorting is hard when you have an API to sort. It's that you don't necessarily remember, okay, which API is it? And then what's the order of the arguments, or what's the best way to do this? This is pretty succinct, and AI just came up with it for me. So great. It's not like it would have been difficult for me. It just saved me a bunch of time though. So the final thing that we had here is this: consider changing build cost to be set to the upgrade rather than get overridden and get build cost. I mean, we could. I'll leave this for tomorrow. Yeah. All right, what other things do we have remaining for this? When you have enough money, highlight the button green. When there are no available buildings, automatically close it. Sounds good. And the next thing would be make the hints button. I don't think we're going to do that now. I also think of all of them, this is the least important. Like if we just never added this to the game, I think, well, if we never added it, I think it'd be a little bit of a shame. But if it's not there for the next month or two, I think it's still fine. It was just this button, and all it would do is pop up the hint dialog. And we could add it in sort of a cheapo form. Just as soon as you built this thing, okay, fine, you can click this and you can get the hints button. You can get this hints dialog to show up. But the real way I wanted to do it is for it to detect that you've lost to a boss and that there is a hint you could buy, and then show you this thing. And I just don't feel like doing that. You know what we should probably do? We should probably look at some other things first and maybe come back to that in a bit. So I think I'll do everything other than that for now. Although I don't want to do that either. All right, yeah, we got to finish this stuff tomorrow then, which I'm going to do off stream. Maybe cut a tiny bit of a corner on the hints button. I think that just popping up the hints dialog when the current instance is a boss and you haven't bought the hint yet is probably good enough. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to just start the game from the beginning on this branch, and we're just going to play it and just see what stands out as something that needs to be fixed. And then I'm going to cross-reference the issues that we have for checkpoint 5 and see if any of those stand out. And then that's probably going to be it. So yeah, we're just going to play the game normally. I might use a tiny bit of speed up, but other than that, nothing else. So I got the land for Skeleton. Now I need adventurers to do battle for me. If only I had a guild. All right, I will build the guild, and I will hire an adventurer, and we will randomly choose the mage. Now, like I said, I will speed things up a little bit here, so I'll go into 2x speed. Technically 2.3x. Okay, so we go sell a potion. I remember I didn't make it so that you can't soft lock yourself. So you could soft lock yourself, and in fact, that potion just disappeared. So I will not sell anything yet till I do another battle. But actually, how do I progress? Yeah, you get the town hall immediately. And in fact, I can get the garbage slime immediately too. I just need enough money for it, which I am about to get. All right, so we can build that. Now it'll start getting hungry, which means I can sell my items quickly if I want. We need the town hall so that we can get auto battling. Oh, that's right. We're limited in the beginning of the game to just these buildings, I think, because I didn't want you getting everything and kind of losing focus of what you could buy. I guess you can also get another item display. It costs 50? I don't know what I was thinking there. That seems like too much. You have enough money to unlock the dungeon. Oh, that's nice that it has a tip for that. In fact, that's something I never put into this dialogue, is what else you can unlock, which is the portal. Probably need to do that. In fact, I should probably write some notes as I'm doing the talk. Probably need to put the portal into the buildings dialogue so that you know you can augment it. It should only show when you can pay money to do so, not when you need to beat a boss. All right, I lost that battle. How much does hiring an adventurer cost? 75? Yeah, this is much better to have everything up here. I don't know about auto closing this when you click another button. It's probably something we should do. Slime is hungry. We must feed the slime. It's willing to give more money than I can get by selling it directly. Only 1 gold more, but it does give it to you immediately, which is nice. So yeah, the first real goal I would say that you have in the game, and you don't really realize this is even your goal, is to either get the town hall so you can get auto battling or get another adventurer. Either way, it costs somewhere between like 50 to 75 gold. The other thing you could do, oh, I didn't write this there either, is training your adventurers. Yeah, I realize now this new feature might be slightly confusing. Hey, Blairs. Yeah. How are the buildings sorted? You can automatically sort by doing sorted set. In this list, they're just sorted by ascending cost, which is how I wanted it to be. I think it's good. The only other thing that might have made sense is alphabetical, and I don't think people are going to look at it in terms of that. They're going to look at like, what can I afford? All right, so we can get the town hall. Let's build this. And auto battling costs 30. Oh, welcome in, players. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a very popular section, I would say. And it makes sense if you compare it to the rest of Twitch. It's harder to get into what any particular person is doing. I don't know. There's no like super exciting moments for a lot of people here. All right, so now we have auto battling. So now we'll just get potions automatically. And actually, at this point, if you just walked away from your computer, you would come back and you could have upwards of 150 gold. Also, at this point, the speed of customers hasn't mattered too much. I do fear slightly that the start of the game is a little bit too slow, maybe. More of a silent viewer, but I'll interact as much as I can. Oh, no, it's totally fine. However you prefer to watch is fine with me. I'm not trying to push for more interactivity necessarily. All right, so now we have enough to be able to train our mage. And now adventurers has, oh, it has a skill point, of course. All right, so now we want to get rid of auto battle there and auto battle in the dungeon. You can ditch this item. And the next thing we want to get is probably going to be the rogue. We can sell these things. It's weird to not have quests in the game the way they used to exist. Yeah. All right, well, we're getting money way faster thanks to the garbage slime. It's pretty cool. In fact, I can even click this apple and get an extra gold every once in a while. Eventually, this will be worth less. Yeah, like that sold for 4 gold instead of 5 gold. But we're about to have enough to be able to afford the next adventurer. And it should highlight that green once we do. We need that character to go buy that. They're not for some reason. I could just sell it. There we go. Now we need 1 gold. Got it. Okay, now we get our new adventurer. And we go to the forest because there's a character who wants a blue potion. And we need to ditch this so that we can... All right, just ditch all those things. There. Now that person will go buy the blue potion and tip for it. And that'll give me enough money to train my rogue. And then I can go to the dungeon with the rogue. Had to wait 20 seconds. Yeah. But in this case, I just wanted some money. In fact, this is actually pretty nice that this is so close too. It'll give me 4 gold. As long as you wait till it gives you 4, I'd say that's pretty good. There we go. All right, we almost have enough for the next item display. This probably should not cost that much. Also, the town hall unlocks everything. That also probably shouldn't happen. The town hall probably shouldn't show every single perk at once. Maybe some are locked and show a lock icon. Maybe there are tabs like basic and advanced. The second item display in the potion shop probably shouldn't cost so much. Like feedback from myself when playing on today. All right, there we go. So the rogue is winning that battle. I don't have enough workers or anything for the throughput of this, so I can just augment the portal and go fight the boss at this point. In fact, maybe that's actually why this should cost as much as it does, to steer you toward what else can you do. But it is weird that augmenting the portal is not there. It's also a little strange that you can't tell when you can train adventurers. A little bit strange that nothing tells you that you can train an adventurer. Or nothing tells you that you have enough money to train an adventurer when all other buttons are in your face and turn green when you can do something. It'd be nice to have the same thing for adventurers leveling up. All right, so now we can go fight the boss. You should be pretty much guaranteed to win this, but it's not a total guarantee. Okay, good. We won. So now we got our ogre blood, which we could sell over here for 125. So new buildings are available, and you can also fight in the volcano. Wow, it's nice that it told me that. Interesting. We can get the enchanter's den. That's pretty cool. And now we can... Nice. Wow, this is actually pretty awesome. This is great. This is definitely great. All right, well, my characters are dying. Oh, they won. Take that. And now they have an armor item, so we can build the armor shop. And now we probably need some town upgrades in the form of customers and stuff. I really like that building UI. Yeah, I think this is super helpful. Can't read the tiny font. This? Because I was going to say, this should be the same size as this. Any advice for a student looking for internships that does not exactly know what he wants to work on? Depending on what your time scale is, you have a lot of time to figure out what you want to work on. So I would say give a few different things a shot. Maybe try some web dev, maybe try some, I don't know, back-end programming, some front-end stuff, some full stack, some game dev, whatever. Just find out what it is that seems like it might be interesting. And in the end, recognize that the internship is not a permanent decision. So you might go work for, who knows, a utility company. And you're like, wow, I hate this. Well, that's a point of input for you for the future. You can still try to do well at that job. And then you'll know how to steer yourself in the future. I think those buildings after the boss should all take whatever your max money should be. So you got 100 gold for the ogre blood. So minimum price of those buildings should be 100. That way the user can't overwhelm themselves by unlocking multiple things at once. I think maybe ogre blood shouldn't be worth 100 because one of the things I realized is I don't want the game to like to step up so rapidly in terms of cost. Originally, it was like it would double the cost of everything in between phases. So every time you beat a boss. And now I want it to be more like plus 30% or something. But that still requires a lot of testing. Oh, we can get the tavern too. Oh my God. This is great. We can accept a quest. We go do the quest now. We can hire another adventurer at some point with 200 gold. Yeah, wow. The game really opens up at this point. I also wonder if quests should give you gold. What happens when you complete a quest, I wonder? Because I completely forgot what happens. I know you get stats, but does it tell you? Does it list it somewhere? I don't think we finished the feature. All right, well, we'll auto battle there. They'll bring all their items over here, and they'll slowly complete the quest. I really need new workers. How much does that cost? 100? No, thank you. I'll just drag these there myself. Oh, wait a sec. Wait, we need them to get a green potion before they leave the town. Yes, get it. Because they're going to pay extra for it. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we almost have enough to complete the quest. There we go. So now we have as many blue potions as we need, so we can stop auto battling there. We should probably level up the adventurers a little bit. Oh, they cost 100. Love the slime dude. Yeah, I love the slime dude too. Super cool. All right, so we got to fight over here because this has the yellow potions. But we're probably going to lose this because I don't actually have the money to level up my adventurers again. Yeah, we definitely lost. We happen to win the first time, though. We'll just set them on auto battle. They'll eventually win. Then we'll get those sweet yellow potions. Oh, you know what we can do? We can turn on Loot Magnet as well. And that way when we do win, we have a 34% chance to find twice as many items. We can also turn on battle stats and loot. This is very quickly running out. We're not winning the battles. That's a problem. And I don't have the money to win the battles. So I guess let's go get money. Fine. I'll go back to the forest. We'll just fight there with the rogue. Oh, wait, no, we need at least one person in the dungeon for that green potion. Because that's me, and I want a green potion. Got it. There. No, you don't get to buy that. No, that's not how that's supposed to work. We got to make it so you can drag items onto the customers. That'd be great. Yeah, because everyone else is buying these. Stop it. Well, I have enough money to train my adventurer. All right, here we go. There. Stop buying the items. I just want that character to pay a ton of money. Good. Nice little 14 gold tip right there. Okay, well, with the money now, we can train the rogue, and with that, we can probably get enough power to be able to win at the next location. Let's go with that one. Cancel out of this, go to the new location, start a battle. Do they win? They do. And now we can turn in these yellow potions. We need one more. I'm going to make customers move faster. There. This is so cool. It's cool because I'm actually thinking in terms of a player right now, not like a developer. All right, there we go. We finished the first quest. It said nothing to us. That is not good. Quest should have some fanfare around beating them. A sound, floating text, etc. Should be some way to see your current buffs near the tavern. Hey, Brock. What do you get from these quests? That was quite some value dumped in. You get stats, but you can only see it right here. It says base power 15, quest bonus 1. So all of our adventurers got 1 bonus power and 10 bonus health, which is pretty significant. I mean, even if you just consider it in terms of like I had 15 and now I have 16, that's still like 6-7%. And yeah, kind of the same thing over there too. And you can just keep doing them. So we could just start another quest now if we wanted to. So it is nice. It's just the game's not really throwing it in your face, and it probably should be. All right, so we almost have enough to afford the next adventurer. Done. Let's get the witch doctor. Okay, at this point, I'm not going to keep playing the game because while I am having fun, I think we've got a few points that we can deal with here. Oh, sorry. Lowering the value of Ogre Blood is fine as well, but you having 8 green buttons and being able to click more than one of those is probably too much for the user. Might unlock Enchanter and Quest and then not learn how to use one or the other. Huh, I wonder if we should eventually have a tip for how to use this. Or, well, I mean, I guess you can always talk to the Enchanter, but maybe we should detect that. Consider lowering the value of Ogre's Blood so that fewer things are immediately buyable after beating the boss. And consider adding a system tip that tells you about using the enchanter if you've unlocked them and never cast a spell. I think in the future, we're going to have a UI specific to the enchanter that's just always on the screen. And at that point, it'll be kind of hard to miss that they exist. But yeah, it's possible that you don't realize about quests. But then again, I guess they'll have the green button here. That's why I think this panel was so important, is it's always a way for you to get anchored back to what you need to do. Man, this wants 23 blue potions. All right, let's start a battle there. Let's maybe train the witch doctor once and make him a little bit faster. Now we're not going to have the throughput to get these items where they need to be, but we have this. Grant a 50% movement speed boost to the workers. Did that just error? Huh, it did. Handle is not initialized. Ever thought of buying something like Spitfire Symphony Orchestra, the MIDI program those sounds in FL Studio, or do you outsource this? I don't know about Spitfire Symphony Orchestra. Let me take a look at that. I bought something like that a while ago, though, I think. I bought, what is it called? Contact Complete. Yeah, I'm trying, for all the music stuff that I make, I'm trying to just use built-in synthesizers in FL Studio. I like how it sounds. I'm not playing any of the sounds right now. I guess you could hear them. Turn this down. I like how this sounds. I think it's fitting. Yeah, one mechanic at a time. I think here was my other take, is that some players felt like they were too on rails with the game. Okay, I gotta stop this from happening. They felt like they were too on rails and that they wanted different choices. So it's hard to balance the two. Get more loot. That was not more loot. Yeah. Oh, there we got more loot. All right, you auto battle there, and then you guys stop auto battling. This is so cool. Does he just like come to life? Oh, whoops, I'm in the wrong place. Neat. Yeah, definitely a balanced question and definitely hard to figure out. All right, we completed the second quest and now we have 2 bonus power. Now if we were to do another quest, we'll get, yeah, +1 power again. We need to drag all these things over here. Now's probably a good time to get cloning, at least 1 level. There. Go, my workers. Move even faster. This is great. This is just great. Yeah. Can we freeze the quest so the workers stop dropping off the items? You can't, but you could just manually drag the items yourself to wherever you want them to be. And you could go to different locations eventually. So they'll only ever want 3 items. So if you're like, ooh, I need money and I'm not getting it, you can just go to a different location. I'm gonna turn down the battle sounds even more. Hey, Laiku. All right, so what do we need next? We need green potions and yellow potions. I know I said I would stop, but I'm having fun, so I'm gonna play for a little bit longer. All right, we don't need these anymore. These will get me green potions. No, that'll give me yellow potions. Green potions come from here. All right, so auto battle in those places. Oh man, we need another item display. We need more customers. What am I doing? I don't have the money for this stuff. The map showing where, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. And just seeing the different systems come together and realizing that there is always something that I'm working toward, that's really nice as a player. I think the worst thing we could have is these long, boring stretches of time where you're not like, oh, what do I build or how do I get there? Do we tell the players they can drag items? Yeah, there is a way to, there is a tip for that. Okay, now all the customers want a specific item. I should probably hire another adventurer, but I don't have the money for that. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. Where people are like, man, money buys everything in this game. And if I feel like I'm not getting enough, how do I get more? And there are little ways you can optimize it. I don't know if they're going to be obvious enough for players. Yeah. But yeah, everyone wants this blue potion and I'm just not going and getting it. Let's just go get it. I wonder if we should make a way where you could get items without having to fight in the instance. I don't know how that would make sense. All right, now they can satisfy the need over here. Give quite the tip. I need blue potions. Yeah, but a lot is definitely working here, which I'm glad to see. All right, nice. We got some more money. What perks do we need? Actually, just putting 1 point in there is probably worthwhile. That's all my money. We could train the witch doctor again, too. No, we can't. I guess you do very quickly get more items than you can handle. Yeah. All right, we just need 12 more of these green potions. What we could do is we could send everyone into that battle. And then we will have non-stop green potions. Too many items is good. Gives you something to work toward. That's my take. I'm in agreement with you. But for whatever reason, players are like, I cannot handle all these items. I should be able to handle all the items. Why do I not have the tools to handle them all? And at least now we give you some of these tools. Like you can get more customers. You can get them to move faster. But yeah, some people it's just stressful for them, I guess. All right, now we're finally offered a medium magic orb, which is +2 power to all adventurers. Dare I even look at what that quest is? They can now with the slime. They can do a lot of different things. So yeah, the slime will help. Being able to buy new item displays without having to wait for a quest will help. Being able to get more customers. If the customers aren't moving fast enough, you can use these spells. So I can buy more spell crystals if I had the money, which I don't. But yeah, if like right now I don't seem to have enough items, so I can click this one and then do a battle, and I should get tons and tons of green potions out of that. Because it's a chance of getting, I got 6. That is pretty good. Wait, where did they go? Oh, that's why I'm not getting money. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, the way I was playing the game out, by the way, is such that these numbers just keep going up and up and up. But really, it should be picking different items, and I'm just not battling anywhere else. This is so cool, though. All right, so I think we got enough of those potions. Now, oh, yeah, we definitely got enough of those. We need another worker. Can we get one? 200 gold? Everything is too expensive. Where did they go? Yeah, the pond. Wouldn't the pond be like green? Yeah. All right, now we have enough money for another worker. I think we need to allow for another level of cloning. Allow for more levels of cloning. I still think the whole adventurers acting as workers is not the most interesting trade-off, because most of the time you want your adventurers battling. All right, we don't need to fight over here anymore. We can now go back to this. Personally dislike unit, but couldn't figure out why you chose... Oh, I see. Godot. Yeah, I have a Y Godot. It's a very short command. All right. Need more loot. I need to hire the archer. Man, the witch doctor is not good. Oh, there. Put that there. They're all running for it. All right, I have enough to finally train the witch doctor. Train. What does more damage? That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, we're slowly getting enough items. Someone wants a yellow potion, though. I do not have a yellow potion. Now I do. Yeah. I think it's going to be good. Also, considering we're changing the party size, there will be no adventure workers. I think there will be. I think the whole point of the party size is that it's just not an artificial constraint. Like, I could send 6 adventurers into this battle, and maybe sometimes you'll do that just because you want them to go faster. But probably I'm going to realize that, hey, 3 is pretty good, and it gives me 3 more workers in town. But that's part of, like, just give the player the tools and let them figure it out. Because we're not hiding anything from them. Like, they can see that their adventurers are going pretty fast. Okay, so we finally got all the blue potions we need. Now we can stop this battle. And now we just need the yellow ones. I really need... Oh, I can afford them. No, I can't. That's why this isn't green. I can't afford them. There, now I can. The archer is mine. I think the archer might be slightly better than the witch doctor in low-level battles. Have they not found a yellow potion yet? There we go. All right, now everyone's stronger. So even the archer at level 1 got 5 extra power from quest. It's pretty crazy. So I wonder how fast they can complete the starter area. I haven't even leveled them up. Whoops. 8.5 seconds. They have no skills. They're level 1. So it's not like they're doing anything too crazy. Yeah, 9.9 seconds. Okay, now let's level them up once. Give them this. And now let's take a look at what that does for them. 8 seconds. Okay, that's the fastest so far. 7.4. All right, level up is definitely doing something. And if we level them up one more time, now it should be much faster. I know I'm blocking this thing. There we go. 8.1. 6.9. Yeah. Yeah, the average is going down. Another item display over here. This is pretty cool. Yeah, something about this is just, I feel like it's working better now. Like I said, I was gonna stop playing, and I wanted to keep playing. I'm trying to think in terms of a player. Would I be like, okay, this is working, I'm gaining levels and money and everything, but now what? And I think at some point I'd probably be like, all right, I should go battle in another area. So I unlock this, and now I can have a party of 3 in there. Let's close out of these. All right, start battle. So this is unexplored territory right now. And am I going to win it? I did a bunch of quests. So yes, I am pretty handily. Play the export build before doing the user research. Yeah. I'm going to spend some time probably. Well, tomorrow I'm going to try to finish up some of the hint system thing, I think, or the menu stuff that I worked on. But then Friday, I think we're going to do something sort of like this and just keep looking at like what's the biggest thing that looks like it needs to be addressed. And I'm not going to focus too much on balance or anything. I don't think that's super important. Maybe we lower the cost of some things just so that my friend isn't sitting around waiting for stuff. But in general, there needs to be enough friction for you to be like, how do I make money faster? I think there are way too many options here first. I for sure think we need to do something about that. Just having so many options is overwhelming. But also, it'll make each one feel less valuable since you'll probably just click buttons that are enabled. Perhaps we should have you pay to upgrade the town hall. Time for ogre blood tariffs, you know it. Also, this sort of buff is pretty bad. Actually, I guess it pays for itself pretty quickly. It's basically saying every single item you earn is 1% more valuable. So after you earn 5,000 gold worth of items, you will probably have paid for this. But that's a very long-term benefit. I don't think we should have something like that. All right, so the next thing we'd have to do is beat the next boss, which is here. If I were to just go fight them on my own right now, would I win? I have not like even fully leveled up my characters, but I did 5 quests, I think. I think quests weren't in the game when I balanced this, so it's just like 5 more power, lots more health. Oh yeah, we wrecked this thing. Yeah, it's not balanced at all. I've got to count on players doing some number of quests. I think the balance can't be so fine. Okay, when you want to play what you just made. Yeah, and to be honest, I've had this happen before too, where I'm like, man, while I'm doing balance testing, the first few rounds are pretty fun. Then it gets to be a lot of work because you're testing builds that you don't find fun necessarily or that aren't working and you need to figure out how to make them work. Right now, all we're doing is coming up with the problems and then just leaving them. But yeah, we got to tackle them eventually. What did I just say? Oh yeah, quests are definitely powerful. I balanced the game the first time around without them existing. So now that I did, how many did I do? 5? I'm getting a bonus of 5. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4. I had 4 of them. The dragon was easy peasy. And what levels was I? 3, 3, and 2. Yeah, I wasn't even fully leveled up. In fact, oh, I can't do this. I was going to say, let me try battling again with the witch doctor. But the problem is that every time you battle a boss, they level up. So if I swap out the mage for the witch doctor, I'm almost certainly going to lose. But not because it's a real test. Oh yeah, oh my god. Just wiped out everyone on my team. No, that was a slaughter. Yeah, well, whatever. Guess that's not gonna work. All right, so now we go over here to the waterways. Party of 4. Send them all in. Kill them. Kill. This is the first one with multiple waves, I think. Yeah, wave 2 of 2. Ooh. Oh, I know, stilling. It's nuts. It's rounded up, right? You immediately bump low value items by 1 gold. That's the other perk. That's this one, shiny loot. This one is a chance to double the item that you earn from battle. So it's just, it rolls a number, and if it's less than 1, then it gives you 2 of those items. So this one's not affected by rounding. What was I gonna do? Oh, I'm winning that too? Really? Man, quests like trivialized everything. I can't augment the portal. I'm just gonna grant myself money at this point. I want to just see how far can this party go. Now you can only have a party of 3. So I guess let's get rid of the mage. but I think I'm level 3. The thing is, levels are just ways of getting stats and skill points, but quests now also give you stats. So you could be level 1 with infinite power. And nothing in the game stops you from doing that, by the way. It just takes a very, very long time. Well, I guess every time you complete a quest, it gets slightly faster. Well, not really slightly faster. Yeah, wow, we just got 1 billion items. Now, there's some real cash. Oh, I could have had the warehouse this whole time, too. What was that? Oh, they didn't have space. Wait, so they won? I wasn't paying attention. What is this? This is a level 7 area? And my adventurers are, what, level 3? Okay, they're dying here. Way too powerful for these guys. Yeah, but I bet if I did 400 quests, they'd be no match for me. Again, titanium. All right, well, look, that was pretty cool. I think the game is coming together. It's definitely coming together. I look forward to seeing what my friend says on Saturday. Or what time is it? Oh, yeah, it's definitely time to go. Okay. Well, this has been fun. If that game looked fun to you, here's a Steam link. You can wishlist it. Let me go find someone to raid. Raid channel. Hang on, is this set up to make sound right now? Yes, it is. Who are we gonna raid? All right, who have I not raided already? Who's streaming in software and game development? Oh, same category. Here we go. I didn't realize I could do that. Huh. Nice. Okay, not these people. They've been streaming for way too long. Some people are in software and game dev, but they're not doing software or game development. They're just playing other people's games. I wonder if they're modding them, maybe? Or they're just in the wrong category? Okay, let's raid this person. Yeah. I don't know who this person is. I try to find new people to raid. And that's what we're doing today, too. Outside your stream, people might think you're playing Minecraft on San Royale. Yeah. The games that I saw were not ones I know for having mods, but maybe they are. Anyway, it's been a nice new year. We made a lot of progress today. Oh, I didn't fill out my journal. And actually, one of the things I wanted to do is make a new tab in my journal. So up until now, it's just been entries, but now I want to sort it by year because we completed a full year of development. But anyway, I already started the raid, so I'll do that off stream. I'll be back on Friday. It's just going to be another development day, but we're going to start working toward the user research session I'm doing with my friend on Saturday. So thanks again for watching. Happy New Year. Take care. Hope you all are doing well.